learning, performing, growing, excelling. Welcome to the Sanford News Network.
Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Sanford Warrior Basketball. As always, I'm Jeremy Carr, joined by Phoenix Hendricks, and today, Delcastle is in town to take on our Warriors, and this should be an interesting game. Sanford comes into today with an 8-1 record, winning streak currently at 6 in a row. Last Thursday, they beat Tatnall in a 52-44 very interesting thriller. And on the other side, Delcastle, they've come in at 6-6, but we don't really know what to expect from this team. It's been a roller coaster of a season for them. They lost their first two. They won 3 in a row after that, then proceeded to lose 3 in a row after that, and then won 2 more for good measure after that. So, they have been up and down throughout this whole year, but in 7 of their 12 games, they have been affected by COVID, having had as many as 5 players out at a time. So they have yet to have a really healthy, full roster. That makes it interesting because now we don't really know what to expect from them. On our side, both Ebuka and Sean Forrest are out, meaning Stephen Conway, a freshman, will get in the starting lineup. That's the first time in a very long time Sanford has started a freshman. But Coach Perry says he's got to rely on who he calls the 4 horsemen, meaning Alex Yost, Chris Stanford, Porter Kelly, and of course Dayon, to really carry the brunt of the load and pick up the slack since they're going to be without Ebuka and Sean. Sean Forrest started in that game against Tatnall on Thursday because Ebuka was out. He has been in the 6th man spot for most of the year, but now we will have a totally new lineup and a totally new look to this team. It should be interesting. What do you think?
Well, you don't know what's going to happen because Delcastle had so many games where they didn't have any players because of COVID. So their 6 losses are probably all due to that. So we'll see what happens.
Now, as we mentioned last night, this Friday and Saturday, February 4th and 5th, I highly encourage you to go to the 76ers Fieldhouse and attend the 4th annual Unlock the Light fundraiser event. Again, ticket prices are $15 for adults, $10 for students. 6 games across the course of 2 days for a very good cause. It's mental health awareness, so I highly encourage all of you to go out. We will be playing Sally's in the final game of the tournament, or of the fundraiser, 7:30 Saturday night, but you should go out to all the games. Highly recommend. Now, back to today, we will send you over to Mr. John Fritz for our pregame announcements. And that will just about get us set for tip-off. Starters for Delcastle taking the floor: number 1, Aiden Laws; number 3, James Gordy; number 4, A.J. Jones; number 5, Rashid Ushery; and number 11, Jaden Scott Davis. For Sanford, the four of the 5 regular starters: Chris Stanford, Dayon, Porter Kelly, and Alex Yost, joined by, as we mentioned, freshman Stephen Conway getting his first start of the season. And it will be Scott Davis and Stanford at center court to start us off. Sanford wins the tip. Kelly secures it, goes right down the middle to Stanford for the quick 2. And can you say fast start? Sanford up 2 within 5 seconds, and now Delcastle on the offensive. Working with it is Jones over to Ushery. Now back to Jones. He's got it on the right wing. Up top, they swing it to Ushery on the left wing. He's guarded by Conway. He'll step back for 3. Doesn't connect. Stanford the board. Up ahead, Kelly. Sanford moving fast. Yost has it in the left corner. Now Stanford has it at the high post. Takes a dribble. Puts the shot up. Chris Stanford scores the first 4 of the game. James Gordy running the point. Over to A.J. Jones on the left wing. Guarded by Yost. Sanford in man. He puts a nice move on Yost, but his jumper does not connect. Dayon with it. Up ahead, Kelly. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it as it was defended well. Now back to Kelly. He's guarded by Jones. To Stanford at the post. And he is fouled. Heavy contact from Scott Davis. Foul on the floor. Our first call of the game. Sanford will inbound from the baseline. In quickly, Dayon, corner 3, air. And Conway and Kelly collided on the rebound, and it was knocked out of bounds, so that will go down as a turnover for Sanford. Delcastle back with it. This is Gordy. And now bounce pass, Ushery all the way, draws the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. An obvious lapse from the Sanford defense as Ushery found a lot of space on his way to the hoop. And the only thing stopping him from laying it in for the easy deuce was Chris Stanford fouling him. Ushery gets the first points of the day for Delcastle. First points of the night, I should say. Ushery is 2 for 2 from the line. Sanford back on offense. Dayon is guarded by Gordy. Now goes to the right wing, to Kelly up top. He's a specialist from deep and not able to get the bounce there. Conway not able to secure the board, so Delcastle on offense. Minute 40 gone. Gordy. Now bounce pass, Ushery will try for 3. Gets it, plus the foul. A chance for a 4-point play. How often do you see that?
Very often.
Ushery not able to make the charity attempt, but a miscommunication by Stanford and Dayon on the rebound. Dayon had to save it from going out of bounds. Unfortunately, it didn't go towards anyone, so Delcastle will get an extra possession. Here's Laws over to A.J. Jones on the right wing. He's guarded by Kelly. Sanford in man. Over to Gordy. He's guarded by Dayon. Now back to Laws. And across. Ushery driving. Loses it on the ground. Yost recovers and taps it over to Conway. He gives it to Dayon. Yost has it up top. Back to Dayon on the right wing. And a foul called on Jaden Scott Davis. Called on the floor there. So Sanford will inbound from the side. Or from the baseline, excuse me. And Jaden Scott Davis will head to the bench. Wilkerson checks into the game. Yost over to Kelly. Loses his footing, gets it back out to Yost. He's got it up top. Now back to Dayon. He makes a move, goes inside, dishes back out Stanford. He'll try for the long two! Chris Stanford. First 6 points of the game for Sanford. And now here's Ushery with it in the right corner, trying to get something quick. He turns around and bounce passes to Laws. Up top with it is Jones. Across to Gordy. And now in the left corner with it is Laws. He'll try from beyond the arc. Doesn't connect. Dayon with it. Sanford going fast the other way. Dayon all the way home! And timeout called by Chris Laws. Well, until that last basket, it had so far been the Chris Stanford show. He scored the first 6 of the night for Sanford, but Dayon was able to drive and get the easy well, not easy, but get the layup there. So, you know, good start. Got to spread the ball around on offense.
Definitely. Stanford is just being phenomenal tonight. I hope to see more of that from him.
Teams heading back onto the floor. Sean Forrest has checked in for Stephen Conway. He is able to play even though he was dealing with that hip injury. He was just not in the starting lineup. So Sanford had to rearrange their lineup and their bench. Obviously, they are going to have to give Sean Forrest very limited minutes. But just his presence on the floor, I'm sure, will make a huge impact on the game. Gordy. Guarded by Dayon. Over to Jones. He's double teamed by Kelly and Dayon. Picks up his dribble, loses it, but gets it to Wilkerson. Nice dish inside to Ushery. Puts a move on Yost and puts it in off the glass. Now here is Dayon working from beyond the arc. Forrest has it up top. He passes to Yost in the left corner. He's guarded tightly by Laws. Back out to Kelly. And now inside, Stanford almost loses it, but gets it back. Tries to dish to Yost, but it is stolen by Laws. Up ahead, there goes Jones. He fumbles with it, but lays it off the glass. Fast break points put Delcastle back on top. Ushery's got 6. Dayon will pull up from deep. Just a bit strong. Rebound snagged by Ushery. Jones over to Ushery. Back to Jones. He's got it on the left wing. Across to Gordy. 3:50 remaining in the first. Sanford still in man. Passing back out. Stolen. Dayon got a hand on it. Up to Kelly. Now Forrest will pull up for the corner 3. Bang! Sean Forrest coming off the bench with a big 3 there. Gordy with it. Over to Jones and now to Laws. Up top to Ushery. He'll drive and then kick. Jones Fakes, puts up the three, bang! Put Delcastle back on top. And now Kelly back the other way. All the way across to Sanford, drives to the paint, and blocking foul called on A.J. Jones. And Jones thought that he was going to draw the charge. I thought they were going to call a charge on Sanford, but they call the shooting foul, so that will put Sanford on the line for Sanford's first free throw attempts of the game. Sanford hits the front of the rim on that one. And Nico McNeil comes into the game for Porter Kelly. So Chris Sanford misses badly on that second shot. He goes 0 for 2 from the line. And now down the middle. Not able to connect with Gordy, but he's able to secure it before Sanford gets there, and it hits, and they say it goes out of bounds. Great defense from Sanford to force the turnover. And great defense so far this year has been the trademark of this Sanford team. Now here's Dayon. Comes open, now goes baseline. Jumper is long. Ushery pushes it up. Passes over to Jones. Now to Gordy. He's guarded by Dayon. Dishes back to Jones. Sanford still in man. He's guarded by Forrest. And now leads it for Gordy. He banks it off the glass for 2. And Delcastle has opened their largest lead at 14-11. Forrest to Sanford at the high post, all the way across. Yost will put up a 3. That one is just a bit to the right, but Sanford grabs the offensive board. Now spinning around, and he's called for the travel. So Delcastle back on offense. Gordy has it, and now he bounce pass from Jones back to Gordy. He tries to lead it to Laws on the baseline, and heavy contact on McNeil will draw the foul on on Rashid Ushery, excuse me. So with 1:45 to go in the first, Sanford back on offense, down 3. McNeil running the point now. Over to Dayon. Back to McNeil. He's got space over to Yost. Will he try again? No. And now he'll go to the low post. Gets in some space, has a shot block, gets his own rebound. Dishes out to Dayon for 3. Doesn't connect. Sanford the offensive board, and he draws the foul. So Chris Sanford will head to the line with a chance to redeem himself. First one is good. And Porter Kelly will return to the game as Dayon will get a rest. Chris Sanford with points number 7 and 8 on the night for him to cut it back to a 1-point deficit for Sanford. Here's Laws. Gordy has it. Guarded by McNeil. Passes out to number 2, Brian Nelson, who was checked into the game. He's got it at the low post. Picks up his dribble. He's double teamed by Kelly. Gets it outside to Ushery. He's guarded by Yost. He has to pick up his dribble before dishing back out to Gordy. He goes to the right corner. Now at the low post, Wilkerson. He's guarded by Sanford. pass back outside. Gordy. Great defense from Sanford. All the way across. They swing it to Ushery. He goes baseline. Through heavy contact, he gets the deuce. McNeil going fast. Kelly from the corner will go to the baseline and dish back outside to Forrest. 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sanford down 16-13. Kelly with it again in the corner to Stanford at the high post. To Yost on the other side, and it's high. An unforced turnover from Sanford. And that will bring Stephen Conway into the game for Chris Stanford, and Isaiah Johnson coming in for Alex Yost as well. So Delcastle will likely have the last shot of the quarter. Here's Laws guarded by Isaiah Johnson. Up top to Nelson, across to Gordy on the right wing. McNeil guarding him. He goes inside, now pulls up. The jumper is good. Sanford better hurry. Kelly's got to go. There's 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Sanford down 2. He stops, puts up the 3. Oh, just a bit strong. Tried to get it to go off the glass. And that'll do it for the first. We've played one. Sanford facing a 5-point deficit. They're down 18-13. What do you think Sanford has to do to get back into this game?
They need to strengthen their defense a little bit, and they also need to improve on their shooting, especially from the 3-line. The 3-line shooting has been a bit lacking today, and as well as their defense. They need to stop passing and stop turnovers as well.
Sanford with just 1 made 3 in that first quarter. That coming off the hands of Sean Forrest, who is back in the game now, along with Johnson, Kelly, Dayon, and Conway. On the floor for Delcastle, Wilkerson, Ushery, Milan Brown, Gordy, and Aiden Laws. And Delcastle will have first possession of the second quarter. Gordy over to Laws. He's got it on the right wing. Now to Ushery and to Milan Brown. They swing it around, and now a 3 from Ushery is just a bit strong. Sean Forrest runs in to grab the board. Isaiah Johnson has it over to Dayon. He's got it on the left wing. And he is double teamed. Gets it over to Forrest. He'll put up a corner 3. Bang! Sean Forrest with another well-timed made 3-pointer. And it is a 1-score game again. Working with it now is Gordy. He's guarded by Dayon. Over to Milan Brown. Dishes back out to Gordy. Across to Ushery, guarded by Forrest. And into the corner with it is Laws. He goes baseline. Stops at the low post. Passes back out. Milan Brown. The little jumper is good. Sanford going back the other way. Dayon guarded tightly by Gordy. Into Johnson. He fakes and goes inside. Euro step. It was strong and goes out of bounds on Sanford. So Isaiah Johnson made a nice move to get to the basket, but was just not able to finish it off by making the shot. And Sanford now playing a little tighter, playing some full court press here. Not. It's stolen by Forrest on the lazy pass. So the full court defense forces the turnover. Kelly's got it in the corner. Bounce passes to Conway. Low post. Back out Kelly. 3 from the left wing. Just a bit off. And saved from going out of bounds. And it goes back to Conway. He'll pass it back out to Johnson. So offensive board. And Dayon goes inside and lays it off the glass. And with it now is A.J. Jones. Passes over to Ushery. Ushery goes in. Jumper hits off the backboard, but the offensive board by Milan Brown is blocked. And now Kelly has it poked away from behind, but he recovers it. Now it's put on the ground and fight for it. Isaiah Johnson comes up for it. Bounce pass. Conway ties the game. What effort from Sanford. And just like that, our score once again deadlocked, this time at 20. Jones over to Milan Brown. His shot was blocked last time. Now Jones will go baseline before going back outside and dishing to Gordy. He'll go baseline and passing. Nice pass to Milan Brown, but his shot hits off the front of the rim. Forrest drives, kicks. Kelly back out to Dayon. Now he drives and kicks out to Forrest. He'll try again from beyond the arc. 3 for 3! Sean Forrest with 9 points. And all 9 of them coming from beyond the arc. Sanford back on top. Milan Brown guarded by Johnson. Over to Gordy. He'll try a 3 from the corner. Bang! Well-timed response from James Gordy. Dayon has it. He's guarded by Gordy on the left wing. 4:30 to go in the half. Oh, a nice move by Dayon to get himself open, but he comes up with air on the 3-point attempt. So Sean Forrest really the only one who has had success from beyond the arc so far. A.J. Jones over to Ushery. He goes to the low post. Tries to get it to go off the glass. Can't. Rebound by Milan Brown, but it's put on the ground and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Delcastle. And a timeout called by Coach Perry. Halfway through the second quarter, our score is tied at 23. And believe it or not, Sanford's 23 points, all of Sanford's 23 points have come from 4 players total.
Wow, that's incredible. That's average of a little under 8 per player, which is solid for high school. Solid for the first half of high school.
9 from Forrest, 8 from Stanford, 2 from Stephen Conway, and 4 from Dayon.
First three-point game has been a lot better. And
Sean Forrest's 3-point game.
Yeah, it's Sean Forrest specifically. And that has really helped them come back and tie this game.
Sanford has outscored Delcastle 10-5 so far in this second quarter. And Coach Perry sends Yost back onto the floor for Sean Forrest. For Delcastle, it is A.J. Jones, Ushery, Wilkerson, Laws, and number 12, Julian Jackson. Dayon driving, now stops, passes across. Kelly will try from deep. And he is off, but Stanford the offensive board, and he'll head back to the line. And something to keep in mind, that is foul number 5 on Delcastle. 3:49 to go in the half. And Sanford is one foul away, one foul being called on Delcastle, I should specify. away from being in the bonus. As Sanford is not able to hit on the first one, so he's now 2 of 5 in charity shots, and Sean Forrest comes back in for Conway. And Stanford's struggle from the line continues. 2 for 6 now. And a bullet pass up ahead. The stop and pop from Julian Jackson is good. And now Sanford going fast the other way. Down to Stanford in the paint. Off the glass and headed back to the line with a chance to redeem himself again. And there was that one more foul we mentioned. Sanford now in the bonus for the remainder of the half, and Stanford, another miss from the free throw line. He is struggling in that aspect so far.
Yeah, he needs to pick that up if he's going to keep going for shots.
And Dayon will have to come out of the game for a mask violation. Something we haven't seen a whole lot of this year. Stanford connects this time. Make it a 1-point game. With it is Jackson, has it poked away, goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with Delcastle. Sanford not at all in foul trouble. They only had 2 called against them in this first half. Into Wilkerson now with it at the low post. Patiently waits, puts up the shot, doesn't connect. Stanford the board. McNeil. Across Forrest, swing it to Yost in the left corner. Looking for somewhere to go, guarded tightly by Laws. Passes back out to Forrest and to Kelly. They swing it to McNeil on the other side. Bounce pass to Stanford. And foul called on number 4, A.J. Jones. We mentioned Sanford in the bonus. So Chris Stanford again at the line. He's 3 for 8 so far in free throw attempts. It's the first, so he'll get a second shot. That was point number 10 for him. He leads the way for Sanford in that category. And Stanford goes 1 of 2 from the line. So tonight he has shot 40% from the foul line so far, and we are tied once again. Gordy drives and kicks. We'll get a 3, step back 3 from Ushery, can't connect. Stanford the rebound. Dayon, fast break, trying to get it off the glass. A bit strong. Stanford gets the offensive board, saves it from going out of bounds. Can Dayon get there? Yes! Now McNeil sets up for the wide open 3. Strong. Stanford another offensive board. And heavy contact, no foul called. So second and third chance opportunities for Sanford, net nothing. And here's a 3-point attempt that is way long from Aiden Laws. Now here's Dayon with it. Forrest will try his luck again. Oh my goodness! Sean Forrest, 4 for 4 from deep. Can you say clutch shooting? Here's Gordy, he goes to the top. Now goes inside, floats 1, doesn't connect. Day on the board, leaves it ahead to Kelly all the way. Can't connect, Dayon gets the rebound. That one doesn't connect. Now Stanford draws the foul and gets it to go. Chris Sanford will head back to the line, this time with a chance for a three-point play. And Chris Sanford and Sean Forrest now both sit at 13 points. Sanford has 31 in total. And a 6-point lead with 1:30 to go in the half. Ushery over to Julian Jackson. Now back to Ushery. He will drive to the paint and pass back outside. Julian Jackson, corner three, strong. Rebound by Sanford. He passes to Forrest, up ahead to Kelly. He's got a lot of space. Pass back out to Forrest, tries it again. And this time his luck ran out from beyond the arc. A loose ball foul called on Sanford, so Delcastle will have it. Gordy picks up his dribble and passes over to Ushery. He's double teamed. Forrest got a hand on it, forces the turnover. Leaves it up to McNeil, and he is called for the travel. An unforced turnover from Sanford, and Coach Perry is furious with that one. 55.5 to go in the half. Sanford's lead sits at 6 points. Gordy guarded by Dayon. Sanford still in man. Gordy drives to the paint. Layup doesn't connect. Fighting for the offensive board and coming up with it is Gordy. Second chance. Capitalizes. Dayon has it across to Sanford. He'll try from deep. In and out from Sanford. And under 30 now. Sanford's lead at 4. Delcastle back on offense. Ushery drives, loses it. Say it was last touched by Sean Forrest. So Delcastle will inbound from the baseline with 21.8 seconds to go, and a quick three, and rattles around but doesn't fall. And now up ahead, Kelly drives all the way. Bit strong. Sanford taps it in. Chris Sanford with 15 first half points. Ushery will pull up from deep. Perfect at the buzzer. Oh my goodness. Rashida Ushery to keep it a one-score game, and with that, we will head to the half. Sanford 33, Delcastle 30. We'll be back in a bit for half number 2.
Looking back at last year's closing ceremonies brings joy to my heart. Those memories also remind me of our responsibility to do everything we can to ensure that our campus remains open and safe throughout the 2021-22 school year. In March of 2020, we closed our campus to protect our community. Through our Sanford Connected program, teaching and learning continued remotely during the height of the pandemic. We knew then, just as we know now, that the Sanford experience is at its best when teachers, students, coaches, and parents are on campus. Thanks to thoughtful planning, effective health and safety protocols, and most of all, our community's support, we successfully delivered our program on campus last year. As COVID continues to impact our lives, I'm asking for your support as we develop and implement policies and protocols to keep all of our families healthy and safe and our community on campus. How can you help? Follow our protocols and guidelines. The strategies we used last year worked. Mask wearing, COVID testing, and vaccinations reduce the risk of people spreading the virus that causes COVID-19. Speaking of vaccinations, we strongly encourage everyone eligible in your household to get COVID vaccinations if your family hasn't already done so. The vaccine will help protect your family and our community from COVID, especially with respect to severe illness and even death. And finally, remember the important role you play in the well-being of our community. Our school leaders are not in the business of challenging anyone's individual rights, and we don't want to dictate how you should live your life. We are in the business of educating and caring for your students. The teachers and staff members who prioritize your children's safety every day also have families. Your commitment to preventing the spread of COVID demonstrates your concern and respect for our Sanford employees and their loved ones. As you prepare for the start of the school year, let us know if you have questions or concerns about our COVID prevention strategies. We're here to help you. With your support, we will all experience an exceptional year at Sanford. Thank you.
I think we're doing Cinderella. I think we're doing Cinderella.
Monique was a two-time National Player of the Year, high school basketball player here at Sanford. I think one of the all-time leading scorers in girls basketball. Went on to have a prolific career at the University of Virginia, and even played professionally, was drafted WNBA before an injury. ended her career. Walter Davis, perhaps the most famous of all the athletes that you have mentioned on this list, one of the NBA 50 all-time greatest. I think the thing that's different with Walter is that he was only here at Sanford for 1 year. He was here for his senior year.
Speaking of that, here's number 6, Walter Davis. Not so bad himself. Got his man in the air and went with a shot through the foul line.
Paris Waterman, obviously I'm biased because that's my daughter, the namesake. And when I think about Paris being a multiple sport athlete, first team All-State in 3 sports in her senior year, basketball, lacrosse, and field hockey. Was the Delaware 2007 High School Athlete of the Year. Went on to play lacrosse at Brown University, made the U.S. National Lacrosse team, played varsity basketball at Brown University. So when I think about an athlete, if I'm thinking multiple sports, Paris certainly is in consideration.
All right, everyone, welcome back for half number 2 of Sanford versus Delcastle basketball. Again, I'm Jeremy Carr here with Phoenix Hendricks. In that first half, Sanford notched 33 points to Delcastle's 30. They were led by Chris Stanford's 18. And a lot of lead changes, a lot of momentum swings.
Tense, close game for sure.
Hopefully the second half brings the same, because this is fun.
This is. Crowd is very energetic tonight.
You know where else the crowd's going to be energetic?
At the 76ers Fieldhouse this weekend?
Yes. Definitely, everyone should go to that. It's a great cause. Even if your team's not playing, just go to support, please. It's an amazing foundation, and it's a lot of fun.
One that saved my life, to be completely honest.
See? How could you not support that? How could you not want to support that? Anyway, we'll get set for the current game we're playing, the second half of the current game we're playing. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Teams retake the floor, starters on for both sides. And Sanford will have first possession. Sean Forrest will start the second half in place of Stephen Conway. So he's got it, and he'll leave it for Stanford, and pass not able to connect. That one goes out of bounds. So turnover on the first possession for Sanford. Sean Forrest had the hot hand in the first half. He was 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Here's Gordy with it on offense. He leaves it, and now Jones with it, steps back, gives to Ushery. He goes to the low post. Tries to lay it in, but too strong. Forrest tips it to Stanford. He was looking for Kelly. Miscommunication, but fortunately, Forrest comes up with it. Oh, nice pass from Dayon, but Kelly can't secure it. And, Yost hits the 3. Delcastle horribly wanted a travel called on Porter Kelly, but they don't get it. And Alex Yost capitalizes, puts 3 more on the board, and now he steals it. Sanford with a 2-on-1. Yost all the way to the hoop. He gets the 2. And Chris Laws calls a timeout. Alex Yost coming out hot to start the half. 5 points within the first minute of the third quarter. And Sanford now has their largest lead, 8 points.
That's the largest lead, it's been a close game.
Well, that's just because at Sanford we've been spoiled the last several years by much larger leads.
Very true. Very true.
I'd say an 8-point lead is very good. And in some cases, you could say that, depending on the point in the game, you could say that would indicate it not being very close. Now, I want to be careful with that because in basketball, teams score in bunches. So, especially in this game, these teams have been scoring in bunches a lot. So, Sanford has not been able to they've been down several times, but they've also, when they have been ahead, not been able to get really far ahead and pretty much bury Delcastle. So that's why these teams have gone back and forth so much. And now here's a corner three from Ushery. Yost fouled him. He'll head to the line for 3 charity shots. Yost jumped to try and block him, and it looks like just lost control of his momentum and collided with Ushery. So we'll get our first free throws of the second half. Ushery misses the first one. And Rashid Ushery has missed the first two, free throw attempts. Ushery 0 for 3 from the line. Yost, heavy contact from Jaden Scott Davis. Following an 0 for 3 trip to the line from Rashid Ushery, Yost draws the foul, call the push on Jaden Scott Davis. So Sanford back on the attack. Kelly with it, drives, goes to the foul line, kicks back out to Dayon. Now he goes all the way! Sanford's lead is now up to 10. Dayon with points number 5 and 6. Gordy guarded by Kelly. Sanford still in man. Over to Aiden Laws. Oh, stolen by Yost again! Gets a hold of it. Leaves it for Sanford down the middle! He lays it in! Sanford with a 9-0 run to start this third quarter. And he picks up his dribble before passing back out to Gordy. He's guarded by Kelly on the right wing. 2 minutes gone. He goes and loses it, but it was last touch by Porter Kelly. What looked to be going out of bounds off of James Gordy. Porter Kelly tried to save it, so it will stay with Delcastle. In quickly, A.J. Jones with some space. Nice dish to Jaden Scott Davis. He gets Delcastle's first points at the half. And Sanford's lead is down to 10. Dayon lobs it in for Stanford. He passes back out. Yost, corner three. Doesn't get the bounce. Up ahead, and now going baseline is Jones. Blocked by Stanford, but they call the foul. A.J. Jones will head to the line. Jones can't hit the first. Jones goes 1 of 2 from the line to make it a single-digit deficit. And now Dayon, bullet pass, Kelly, corner three! Little strong. And Delcastle comes up with the rebound. And now we'll get a 3 from the wing. That one hits back iron, bounces up, and doesn't fall. Dayon going quickly, lasers it again to Yost. Goes to the paint, the reverse layup, goes! Alex Yost with 7 points in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Aiden Laws over to Jones, outside Ushery. He's guarded by Yost, puts a move on him, stops him, puts up a jumper, in and out. That one's put on the ground. A.J. Jones comes up with it. His jumper is perfect. Down with it on the right wing. He's made a couple of nice passes to set up attempts. Now he drives to the paint. His reverse layup is short. And foul is called on Chris Sanford. Coach Perry doesn't agree. And with that, Sanford will have to head to the bench, as Stephen Conway checks in for him and McNeil checks in for Porter Kelly also. So a 9-point game with 4:23 to go in the third. And Sanford, who played so clean in the first half, now already with 3 fouls here in the first half of the third quarter. Jones is called for the travel. Dayon has it. Both these teams have been running man virtually all night. Yost across to Forrest up top, to McNeil on the right wing. Back to Dayon up top. Now to Yost on the left wing. To Dayon at the high post. Puts a couple moves into the paint. Lays one off the glass, almost gets it to fall, but does not, and draws the foul from Jaden Scott Davis. Dayon will head to the line. Has any player other than Chris Sanford had a free throw attempt for our team?
I'm trying to think, and I'm not thinking of any.
Well, right now, obviously, Dayon has 2 attempts, so. Of which he connects on the first. Let's see if he'll connect on the second.
Sanford's at 13, so that's quite a lot.
$13 points or foul shots?
Shots.
Yeah, that is a lot. You're right. Well, Dayon hits his first 2 attempts from the line, bring his total to 8. Sanford's lead back to 11. Gordy Laws swings it to Jones. Now back to Gordy. Long 2 jumper, hits off back iron, tipped in the air. Dayon grabs the board. Leaves it ahead for Forrest. He stops and dishes back out, almost stolen by Gordy, but Dayon comes up with it and passes all the way across McNeil. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Back to Dayon. He drives inside, floats one. That one is strong, and he draws the foul, and Chris Laws can't believe it. So right on cue, right after we mentioned how many times Chris Sanford goes to the line, back-to-back possessions for Sanford, and with Dayon at the line.
Might start a new trend.
Dayon goes 1 of 2 from the line. Second shot rattled around but didn't fall. And now a nice pass. Oh my goodness! Sean Forrest packs him out of bounds, but he's called for the foul, and the crowd can't believe it. They thought that was a clean block. And a timeout is called by Coach Perry. A nice block from Sean Forrest, but they say he hit the arm of the shooter, so that will send Delcastle back to the line. It looked like a clean block to me, but the referees did have the better angle. So foul shots coming from Aiden Laws. Sanford has pushed their lead to 12. Aiden Laws will try to cut it to 10. First one is nothing but net. Yost checks in for Dayon. Laws 2 for 2 from the line. And Nico, and that looked dangerously close to a push, but no call. Forrest picks up his dribble. Dishes out to Isaiah Johnson, who has checked into the game. He's guarded by Laws. Forrest has it in the right corner. Now to Yost. Foul line jumper. Doesn't connect. Laws up ahead, Gordy. Back to Laws. They swing it all the way around. Jones fakes his shot, then goes inside. Ushery leaves it for Laws. He'll try a three from the wing. Bang! Aiden Laws with 5 points here in the last couple possessions to make it a single-digit lead for Sanford. McNeil guarded tightly, and a timeout called by Coach Perry, I believe. Yes, they say he got the timeout off before anything happened. McNeil was pressured and was in danger of turning the ball over, but Coach Perry wisely calls a timeout. So with 2:16 to go in the third, Sanford's lead sits at 7 points, 47-40. And offense has done very, very, very well in this third quarter so far. And keep in mind, there's still 2:16 left to play. They've scored 14 points to Delcastle's 10 in this quarter.
Yep, it's been very much leaning Sanford's way this time, as in previous times where Delcastle took the lead.
So Sanford currently has 4 fouls. Delcastle has 3. Sanford has possession with 2:16 to go. Into Dayon. He's guarded by Gordy, as he has been most of the night. Over. Offensive foul called on Chris Stanford. That's foul number 5 on Sanford. And on cue, Sean Forrest returns to the floor, and Stanford heads to the bench. Here's Laws with it. Guarded by Forrest. Oh, nice move. Give himself some space, but fumbles with it now to Wilkerson. And a three-point attempt from Ushery. Just a bit short and doesn't get the bounce. Fight for it underneath the net. Going back up as Laws doesn't connect. And now another foul is called. This one, I believe, on Porter Kelly, and that is not good because that is foul number 6 for Sanford with 1:49 to go in the third. Meanwhile, Aiden Laws at the line. Laws swishes the first, and second one rattles around and goes in. And what was a 12-point lead has become a 5-point lead as Delcastle has gone on a 7-0 run. Perry over to Forrest. Swing it to Yost in the right corner. Back out to Dayon. Now over to Forrest. Back to Dayon. He goes inside. Passes over the shoulder to Conway. Back out to Dayon. Goes to the foul line, looking for somewhere to go. Pass back out to Yost and to Conway. He'll step back for a long jumper. Doesn't connect on that one. Porter Kelly, the offensive board. He's doubled. He has to leave it for Sean Forrest, who gets a hold of it. Sanford will get a second chance. A nice feed inside to Conway, but his layup was just a bit short. James Gordy driving end to end, now dishing to Laws, who leaves it. We'll get a long two, and that one is short from A.J. Jones. Bounce pass from Dayon looking for Conway was long. So Delcastle back on offense. Gordy over to Jones. On the right wing to Wilkerson up top. He's guarded by Conway. Over to Gordy. He's got it on the left wing now. 36 seconds to go in the third. Over to Laws, guarded by Forrest. Up top to Jones. 30 seconds. Delcastle will try to use up some time before taking their shot, presumably. Across to Rashid Ushery. And now to Gordy. 20 seconds. Jones with it. They give it to Ushery on the right wing. He's guarded by Yos. And now in the corner, Laws. Fakes, goes inside. Jumper. Doesn't connect. Dayon the rebound. Sanford under 10 seconds. They've got to go. And Dayon gets up. Yos. Corner three. Short. And time will expire. The full court heave. Hits off the glass. That came really close to going in.
Got me really scared there.
Nah, that would have been awesome if he did that. That would have been incredible.
True. No matter what team that was, that would have been amazing.
You got to recognize an amazing play that would have been.
Plus a lot of luck.
Yeah. So we've played 3. 8 minutes to go. Sanford up 47-42, but they got in foul trouble in the third. Delcastle in the bonus for the remainder of the game. And 8 minutes is a lot of time to let the other team shoot free throws every time you foul them. So if Sanford wants to hold on to their lead and win this game, they need to play a very clean fourth quarter. Otherwise, Delcastle will be making a lot of trips to the line. As we start quarter number 4, teams return. Out there for Sanford, Isaiah Johnson, Dayon, Yos, Kelly, and Sean Forrest. For Delcastle, the same 5, Jones, Gordy, Ushery, Wilkerson, and Laws. Here's Gordy working with it from the top. Now Ushery will go baseline. Stops at the low post. Step back, Jay is short. Dayon guarded and almost loses it to Jones. Gets it out to Kelly. To Johnson on the other side. Inside Yos. The jumper is nothing but net. Alex Yos with some major contributions, points 8 and 9 for him. Gordy is guarded by Kelly on the right wing to Wilkerson in the right corner. Now leaves it for Jones. They swing it. Gordy has it in the left corner. He'll try from deep. That one was just a bit strong. Ball put on the ground, fight for it. And Coach Chris Laws calls a timeout. He wants to talk things over. So, even though Sanford's up 7, we mentioned earlier, these teams especially have tended to score in bunches. If that holds true, we should be in for a pretty exciting finish.
Yeah, we should. Teams are going really back and forth with leads the game being tied at some points, and some points a team has been leading by 10 or more, and that team being Sanford only. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an exciting finish, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
And teams head back out on the floor following the timeout. Delcastle will have it from underneath. Jones shoots it into Laws, who gives it to Gordy. He's been running the point most of the night for Delcastle. Over to Ushery. He goes to the low post. Bounce pass, cannot connect with Wilkerson, but Ushery comes up with it and puts it off the glass for 2. And we're back to a 5-point game. Dayon getting himself some space. Euro step, and the layup falls. Make it 11 for Dayon. Now working with it is Laws. He goes to the left corner, passes back out to Jones on the left wing. He's guarded by Dayon. Across to Gordy, he's guarded by Kelly. He's got it on the right wing, up top to Laws, guarded by Johnson now. And miscommunication from Forrest and Johnson leaves Laws open, and he hits the easy 3. 4-point game, Dayon going fast. Leaves it for Johnson on the left wing. Yost has it up top. Forrest with it. He drives to the paint and kicks. Isaiah Johnson comes over. He'll try for 3, comes up with air. Last touch by Sanford, and it will be Delcastle ball. And a foul is called on Alex Yost. Remember, Sanford's in the bonus, so that will send Delcastle to the line with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Be 1-1. First one rattles around, doesn't fall, but it's last touched by, I believe, Sean Forrest. So Delcastle will get another possession. And with that, Coach Perry sends his height back onto the floor in the form of Chris Stanford. Isaiah Johnson heads to the bench. Quick bounce pass into Gordy. He's got it guarded by Kelly. Up top to Laws. Back to Gordy. Gordy directing. Coming open is Laws. He'll try again from deep. That one is long. Rebound snagged by Yost. Up ahead, Kelly thought about the corner 3, didn't take it as Gordy recovered well defensively. So Dayon now has it. 5:20 to go. Kelly with it in the corner. Inside to Stanford. He's got it in the paint. Takes a dribble. Loses it. Gets it back. Back out to Kelly. Will he try it? No. He'll go baseline. Now he loses it again. Ball on the ground. Fight for it. Delcastle comes up with it. They have numbers. Aiden Laws, corner 3. Forrest tried to close, but he can't. Spins in and out. And saving it from going out of bounds is Jones. Another fight for it. Forrest comes up with it and gets it over to Kelly. Now Dayon leaves it ahead for Yost. He lays it in. Sanford never quit on that play. Lead back at 6. Gordy over to Laws. He goes baseline. Bounce pass to Gordy. Now put on the ground, and Kelly comes up with it again. And Chris Laws wanted a foul there. Sanford defense coming up with a couple of big turnovers when they needed them. Yost to Forrest at the high post. Back outside to Kelly and to Dayon. And to Forrest on the left wing. Now to Yost on the other side. His jumper is just a bit to the right. And Chris Sanford tried to save it from going out of bounds, but unable to, so it will be Delcastle possession. It will be A.J. Jones with it. He's guarded by Dayon. We're under 4 minutes to go in the game. Laws with it on the left wing. He drives to the paint. The layup hits off of the backboard. Now Dayon drives all the way behind the back pass to Yost, but swatted out of bounds by Ushery. Sanford will inbound from underneath. In quickly to Yost and to Dayon. He leaves it for Sanford, who's got space from the foul line. The jumper off the glass is no good. Here goes Jones. There's Ushery. He'll try from deep. Doesn't get the bounce. But coming up with the rebound is Wilkerson, drawing the foul. He'll head to the line for two. And the foul that time called on Dayon. Here's Jahad Wilkerson at the line. First one doesn't hit. So you will be sure that this will be something that Coach Chris Laws wants his team to work out. Delcastle has had trouble from the foul line today, as Wilkerson goes 0 for 2. Dayon guarded by Gordy. To Forrest up top. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Leaves it to Sanford. He's got it on the right wing. Now to Yost. And he gives it to Kelly up top. And now Dayon comes open. Foul line jumper! No, they call the travel. It wouldn't much have mattered because he was unable to connect on the jumper. So Delcastle has it back. And Jaden Scott Davis returns to the game for Jahad Wilkerson. Gordy with it. We're under 3 minutes now. Over to Laws. He'll put up the three. Bit strong. Rebound by Forrest. Dayon to the aforementioned Forrest. And now over to Sanford from the right wing. Now to Dayon up top. Dayon over to Yost on the left wing. Goes up top and an offensive foul called on Dayon. Now, that puts Sanford at 9. They are in danger of putting Delcastle in the double bonus with 2:23 to go in a close 2-possession game. Gordy over to Ushery. He's guarded by Yost. Across to Gordy. They swing it to Laws on the left wing. He's guarded by Forrest. Now to A.J. Jones. He's got it up top. He's guarded by Dayon. Over to Gordy on the right wing. He goes up top and passes on the other side to Jones. Now to Scott Davis. And pass is intercepted by Yost. Leaves it ahead for Kelly. And now to Forrest in the left corner. Down the middle, Yost. And what's the call here? They call a foul on Delcastle? They did, I believe. So it'll be Sanford possession. They call a foul on the floor on Delcastle. I'm not sure what the call was, but regardless, Sanford will have possession from the baseline. Dayon over to Yost. Almost gets it tapped away, but they call the reach on Aiden Laws. Sanford will inbound from the baseline. Yost throws it into Dayon. Minute 30 left on the clock. And now Yost is working with it, guarded tightly by Laws. He loses it. It's tapped away. And now Delcastle gets ahead and it hits off the foot of A.J. Jones. Oh, that was their chance. And A.J. Jones never did establish a good rhythm and good dribble with the ball. And a very, very, very costly turnover by Delcastle. So, $1:20 left in the game. 6-point difference. That's only 2 scores. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, Sanford needs to keep their offense going if they want to have any shot at winning this. Well, they do have a shot at winning this, but if they want to win this, they got to keep their offense going. And their defense needs to keep it up. Just keep not allowing points from Delcastle.
Teams retake the floor. Following the timeout, Yost throw it in. Now Delcastle has to do full court press. Kelly up ahead, over the head of Forrest. Sanford turns it over. And that is the type of thing that will make any coach angry, and Coach Perry is clearly no different. He is very animated, as you would expect. And Delcastle has life with 1:12 to go. Working with it is Gordy. Delcastle does not yet need a 3. There is still a minute left, and they are in the bonus. Scott Davis. Here's the jumper from Ushery. Hits off the rim and doesn't fall. Dayon will hold this time and take it up. Puts a move on A.J. Jones. 43 seconds, and now A.J. Jones is forced to foul. Dayon was able to use up a lot of clock. There's now under 45 seconds remaining. And now Dayon gets the inbound and is quickly fouled again. That will send him to the line, I believe. Dayon needs to make only one of these to make it a 3-possession game. Hits the first. Second one rattles in and out. So, but still a 3-score game with 37 seconds. Delcastle moving fast. A.J. Jones draws the foul. He just cut right through that Sanford defense, and Porter Kelly fouled him. So A.J. Jones will head to the line, trying to once again make it a 2-possession game. First one can't hit. And Dayon steps over early, but he made the free throw, so, and Coach Chris Laws calls a timeout. So even though A.J. Jones only went 1 of 2 from the line, the thing is, it made it a 2-score game instead of a 3-score game.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
So Delcastle now needs a defensive stop. They could take their chances with putting Sanford on the free throw line, but Sanford only needs 1. Now, granted, those would be 1-and-1 shots because Sanford is in the bonus, but not yet in the double bonus. So it'd be interesting to see what Chris Laws decides to do here. Delcastle defense was originally moving back. Now they are moving back up. Yeah, they are playing tight full court press, trying to force a turnover on the inbound. And Yost will throw it in. And he gets it into Dayon. And Yost is fouled by Gordy. And we have 30 seconds on the dot remaining in this game. I thought that was pretty cool that it stopped exactly at 30 seconds.
Yeah, pretty lucky there.
I know that has nothing to do with, like, this game, but I just thought it was cool.
Still cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Yost hits the first. And it is once again a 3-score game. Yost 2 of 2 from the line. 8-point difference. Gordy over to A.J. Jones. He goes into the paint. Bounce pass for Jaden Scott Davis. He lays it in. And Yost gets it into Dayon, races up the court, and draws the foul. So, made free throws here would just about be the dagger. Dayon goes 1 of 2 from the line. Fight for the ball. Delcastle comes up with it. A.J. Jones goes to the hoop. Layup just a bit strong. Stanford comes up with it, and he is fouled, and that should do it. 5.7 seconds remaining on the clock. Sanford's lead sits at 7 points. We'll get some more free throws. But this one is all but over.
What a game this was. Very back and forth.
So, Sanford's record now sits at 9-1. Their winning streak moves to 7. Coming into today, Delcastle have won 3 of their last 4, including 2 in a row. That streak comes to an end as their roller coaster of a season continues. They get hot, and then they go on streaks of just where nothing seems to go their way. And then they get hot again, and then they're again in the slump. So,
Season for Delcastle.
with all the COVID cases, I'd love to see them at full strength for a full season because they have so much talent. But that is something we haven't gotten to see yet. And there's the official buzzer. Sanford defeats Delcastle 58-50 in what was a very hard-fought, well-played game on both sides. It comes to an end with Sanford on top yet again. Be sure to go to the 76ers Fieldhouse for the Unlock the Light fundraiser this Friday and Saturday. Please, please, it will be so much fun, and it's for a great cause. And, yeah, that's all I got for our whole crew. Owen Ripple, Michael Ickes, Alex Goldman, John Fritz, Ryan Ickes. I'm Jeremy Carr here with Phoenix Hendricks. Thank you again for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time.